Hey, what's up, Jason? A demo video for you for your flagship. Sorry, it took me all day. I had to get one more saber done before I sat down and did these. I like to do all of my demos at the same time. All right. I showed you the pictures this morning, though, if it will show up on camera. I got this etched how you wanted. You wanted the Sith logo on one side with the Sith code in Sith text right behind it on one shroud. And then we flip it over and we've got the same thing, but the Jedi code with a Jedi symbol right there on the other shroud. And then I did swap between Sith and Jedi logos right here, and I made sure that they were opposite each other when it came down to the crystal chamber extension that you sent. So you sent this piece that came from Wade's Sabers on Etsy. This is an Ignition Saber Company dual tactile switch made in brass. These are very nice. This is probably the 8th or 9th one of these that I've used. They're always easy to use. You provided most all the parts, really. This V3 piece in here for your Neopixel connector. All right, I do have a real quartz crystal in there. I'll light that up for you here in a second, but you can see it pretty well there through the venting. Okay, top button is going to be your power. Bottom switch here will be your auxiliary. And then how you want to get to the chassis, you just want to unscrew the handle. Of course, I put your leather wrap on here that you sent. One thing about the crystal chamber piece, when I screwed it in to the upper part, I had to use some E6000 on the threads because when you take this guy and you just screw it in tight, it doesn't really align properly. It's kind of, these vents are kind of cocked off to the side. So I put some E6000 on the threads, lined it up properly, and I let it sit overnight. Especially by the time you get it, it should be good to go. But just be aware, unscrew the handle, not the upper piece. All right, and then this is what your chassis looks like here. So easy access to your SD card, your micro USB. You got that kill switch in there that you wanted right back here. Again, you have a mixture between a Sith and a Jedi logo. This used to be the old Smuggler's Outpost logo, but I thought it fit really good right here. So that's what we've got. Smuggler's Outpost 28mm dark side speaker, and then a removable battery setup as well. All right. You will have to get a battery. I can send you a link on where to get those. But let's throw a battery in here. A copy of the config file is on the SD card, and then I gave you my font, and then you have the stock font package. So on my particular font, the crystal chamber will do a little something when the saber's off, and on the stock fonts, they'll just match the blade. All right. So we'll snap that in there. I'll turn this light off. Come over here and flip our kill switch. And throw your handle right on. So as you can see, I've got your crystal kind of pulsing when the saber's off on this particular font. This is my font. It will time out if you don't turn the saber on right away. It's easy to see from both sides, right? So we turn it on. So your LEDs in there are firing up. Pretty heavy boy, because it's all made out of brass, so it's pretty hefty. Auxiliary down here, your crystal will react to that as well. And then you can either tap this button to turn it off, or you can twist off like this. Either way. All right. You have a blade retention screw right here. So we'll go ahead and put a blade in. This is programmed for a full-length blade, but I'm just going to put my TriStar test blade in it. So we'll put the blade in, lock it down, come over here and hit power. All right. Put flash on flash. Blaster bolt deflex is just tapping on the auxiliary. Right? Blade lockup is holding it down and hitting the saber. And on a full-length blade, you'll see it travel up and down your blade. And you'll see that in the crystal as well. To play your soundtrack, just do a long press on your power. And then do another long press to turn it off. And then, of course, to trade sound fonts, you just hit auxiliary.
CNC.
Now these are the stock fonts. So the crystal will be off until the blade is on, and then when the blade is on, the crystal will match that color.
Smooth Jedi.
Blue blade, blue crystal, right. One more.
Smooth gray.
Fire blade. And that shows up very nice in your chamber. Just like that. All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll take the blade out of here real quick. Be careful when loosening or tightening your blade retention that your Allen key doesn't slip or you'll scratch your brass. Brass is pretty soft. You can take it and buff it out. It's no big deal, but try not to do it. So we'll take the handle off. I'll turn this on, and then we'll flip off the kill switch so you can see that's working. All right, come over here and flip it from here, and it kills everything just like it should. And then we can come over here from the positive side of the battery by the speaker and pop it out with our finger. All right, and that's basically your custom flagship. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will try to get this out in the mail to you by tomorrow. Thanks, man.